Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe? Who's on your list?
Right.
Gentlemen, I think
this
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the court.
I'm
not going to give a list.
We have ended this segment. We're going to move on to the second segment.
That was really a productive segment, wasn't it? Keep yapping, man.
The people understand, Joe.
They sure
47 years, you've done nothing. They understand.
All right.
All right. Well, there was a little snippet from what we just saw. Our own Grant Stinchfield is standing by with some of his own thoughts on tonight. And Grant, you know, a lot of people criticizing Chris Wallace for not being able to handle these candidates. Is that a loss for Fox News?
I think there was something much more devious at play here with Chris Wallace. Chris Wallace knew exactly what he was doing tonight. That man had the gall to bring up Charlottesville. He knows that Charlottesville had been debunked. The president did not make any racist comments at Charlottesville, and he brought that up. That was devious in nature. And why did he do it, Rob? He did it because he knew it would get under the president's skin. Every question he asked the president was designed to rattle the president to the point where he would start this going back and forth with Joe Biden. I believe it was a setup job. And I believe when Mark talks now about Biden backing out of the debates, this is all part of their giant master plan. All they needed to do was have Biden not collapse on stage in front of a national audience. They claim victory. They tell their side, oh, look, they survived Donald Trump, and we're going to bow out. If Joe Biden, or excuse me, if President Trump would have called Joe Biden a clown, a fool, shut up, man, quit your yapping, can you imagine the national media today? This was a disgrace on behalf of Wallace. And, you know, I once respected this guy. I've watched him move further and further to the left. I've watched Fox move further and further to the left. And truthfully, Rob, it sickens me to see. And the one comment from Joe Biden that is the most telling of all this debate, I am the Democratic Party, he said. You going to tell that to AOC? You going to tell that to Ilhan Omar? All these radical leftists, you are the Democratic Party? What in the world does that mean? You want to hear a comment from a dictator? I am the Democratic Party is words straight out of a dictator's mouth.
You know, you were talking about, and Mark mentioned it as well, talking about the idea that maybe Biden drops out of the last two debates. But just to play the other side here for a second, the fact that he didn't just fall over in this debate, what makes you think that he wouldn't be able to just come back?
Well, you know, he may not. I guarantee you this, though, because I've watched the president in debates before. The president will come back and he will be more prepared to deal with the needling of a moderator that's going to get even worse than Chris Wallace. Now, I will say this about the president, though, Rob. From 4 years ago, in my opinion, the president seemed much more on point with his policy, with his stats, with his figures. It wasn't just razzmatazz talk. He was on point with what he's done, and he had his numbers in place. It was a much more polished president when it comes to policy than I saw 4 years ago. So I give the edge to President Trump here, but the mainstream media is going to claim that Joe Biden won this, if for the sheer fact that he just simply survived and he didn't make a fool out of himself.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.